Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Mosby Taylor, also known as Taylor K on the mic, and welcome to Empowered Women in Business International Radio Show. We are so glad to have each and every one of you join us this evening. So, if all of you could do me a favor and just hit that share button, share to everyone, share to your Facebook friends, share, and let people know that they don't want to miss this show. So let me just tell you a little bit about EWBI. So EWBI, we serve a sisterhood of women entrepreneurs who understand that individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever change the world. Member of our movement experience a support system that allows them to celebrate their wins and share their struggles in a series of opportunities that enhance them personally and professionally. If that sounds like an organization that you would like to be a part of, visit our website at www.ewbiradio.org. Again, that website is www.ewbiradio.org. So welcome. We have so much to talk about. Oh my goodness. We on Friday, I believe, our radio station, Elevate Your Life Talk Radio and Elevate Your Life Media Group, I believe, celebrated our grand opening. It was phenomenal. Oh man, it was balloons and people and good food and giveaways. It was amazing. They did a wonderful job. So congratulations to our founder, Cassandra Ferguson. You're doing an amazing job. We're so proud of you. So keep up the great work, and all of the Elevate team, they're doing amazing work. And we, like I said, are so proud of each and every one of them. I'm sure they all have played a special part in the opening of the station. It's a beautiful station, beautiful colors. Oh my goodness. You just have to visit. So once you visit, you're going to want to come up with a topic just to create your own show. So stay tuned because I'm sure we will be listening to your show after you visit that beautiful station. So EWBI, how many people are interested? We have a lot of women business owners who have their own business, of course. But along with a business, we know comes you wear many hats. It comes so many different ups and downs. And we want to provide you with resources and a sisterhood of us supporting us like no other to kind of help you to weather those storms. Like I said, we celebrate the wins and we help you through those struggles as well. So, hey, Monica. So glad that you could join us this evening. So, again, share. I really want to get this broadcast out. I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I don't speak about my family issues too often. But God laid it on my hat, laid it on my, laid it on my heart to talk about this evening. And so the Bible verse is kind of tied in with that. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's Isaiah 54:17. And we're going to bring our guest on for this evening because I want her to be able to chime in if she'd like to. I'm sure that you all have been hearing the news, and when I listen to the news, I honestly tried to listen with open ears because I wanted to be, honest. Like if somebody does wrong, then I'm gonna tell you've done wrong. But when you see a witch hunt, you know what a witch hunt looks like. And I'm going to be honest. To me, this seems like a witch hunt against Nick and Marilyn Mosby. They are two prominent young professional African American people who care about their community, who have sacrificed a lot, not only time with their children and their families, but sacrificed a lot for the communities that they serve. And I'm going to say it, this is an insult. It's a slap in the face for this witch hunt to take place. If you listen to what they're saying when they're talking about it, what have they done wrong? You know, they talk about the properties they brought. That's their business. You know, now it's one thing, you know, if, you know, they talk about the, you know, them making donations on to a church. Oh, but they don't belong to that church. I've made donations to churches I don't belong to. I don't know. How about you?
All the time, it seems like a grasping of straws, like you're just trying to grasp at anything that you can do. I don't see anything that anyone else would not be doing if they had the means to do so. Nothing out of the ordinary of
Nothing of
anything.
substance they could say
No.
they are hurting our communities. That by them being in office, they are hurting our communities, or that they are negligent about doing
Yes.
anything to, you know, and I guess that's my biggest issue with it all, is that, you know, I think the attorney said it best, and I don't have his quote in front of me, but he said they're trying to harass and embarrass them and
Yeah.
and ruin their name because we understand why. What's next year? Election year.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
so you're trying to plant this seed into the people's minds that this is a bad person and don't vote for her because it's election year next year. Because you don't like to see this couple in power work together.
Yes. And for people who are not going to dig deeper and really look into the foolishness, they're just going to see what they see on TV and not dig, take a deeper dive into it. And so if you want to make a tally of things, make a tally of the good, all of the good things that they do, you're not going to have a matchup. You just aren't. So
And I did not pay her to say those things. She is speaking solely from her heart. So Monica says they are trying to dig until they find something, and shame on the media. You are so right. Not only shame on the media, shame on us for not coming together and saying, you know what, enough is enough. If they're going to continue to blackball certain people, I'm not watching it. You know what I mean? And certain channels have been my friend because they'll have me come on and share different things, but I'm not going to be able to tune into them any longer because if you're going to treat us like that, because it could be me, it could be you, it could be anybody. If you're going to treat us like that, we can show you better than we can tell you.
mhm.
And when we come together, it's been proven when we come together for a peaceful movement to share our how we feel, whether it's they're hitting them in their pockets, which is the best way to hit them in their pockets, you know, let those ratings drop. And then what are they going to say? We got to figure out how to get these ratings back up. Oh, well then you stop, you know, stop this smear campaign against just people that don't look like you.
That's it.
So please chime in. Anyone have any comments? You can drop them right in the comment section. And as long as we're not in the middle of talking, I will read them. I want to share how you feel. I don't want this to be about Nicole hour, Daryl hour. This is definitely a collective group. Joy says yes, it is the best way. It is. It's the best way. You when you hit them in their pockets and you let them know that we are not going to tolerate, you know, we actually control the narrative.
That's right.
But we have to find it within ourselves to understand it and come together to work together. A lot of times what happens is we try to work together, but then you want too many you had too many Indians and not enough chiefs. I mean, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. I said it backwards.
Yeah.
Too many chiefs and not enough Indians, and it's not going to always work out that way. So you have to come together and work for the good of the community. This is about our community. We need powerful young people who are going to be innovative and move us to the next level in life for not only ourselves, but our legacies, our children, our children's children, our friends, family, their families. It's about the community. So if we want to be able to, move this forward, we have to come together in order to do so. And many of you guys know I always end with my brother's quote that he says, individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever change the world. Well, collectively we can come together to let them know we are not going to tolerate this witch hunt against the Mosbys, and we're not going to tolerate a witch hunt against any of us. Now, if you have some founded information that's saying that we're stealing, or doing something that we have no business doing, that's one thing. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about you're attacking a person's character, and it's unacceptable. Monica says, to make it seem like the investment of a property was a negative thing annoyed me. I'm still trying to understand what one had to do with the other. And I have a special place in my heart for you and your brother. Yes, I do. And we have a special place in our heart for you as well. And that is so true. They are trying to find any and every day, grasping at straws. And it just saddens me because, you know, you guys don't see, but I'm at their house late at night when they're still working and getting up first thing in the morning working. And, having to juggle that with having two small children is not the easiest task. And, but they do it from their heart. And when you passionate about something, then you can get up early to work on it. You can stay up late to work on it because you don't mind doing it because you're passionate about it. And that is the passion and the love that they have for their communities. So shame on everyone from the top to the bottom who's trying to take them down on a personal attack against their personal character. But like I started off with, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. They are children of God, and you will not win. So, welcome, Daryl.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
And we are so glad to have you on today. Thank you guys for enduring my rant, but I had to say that. Look, I have a platform, and when I have a platform and I see something going on in our world, good or bad, I typically use it to highlight the positive going on. But this really tugged at my heart, and I said, look, I got to do more.
Yeah.
So that was my way of doing more. But we're so glad to have you on today, Daryl.
I'm so honored to be here.
Oh, so, Daryl Wharton is a certified health and life coach, best-selling author, inspirational speaker, entrepreneur, and CEO of Daryl Inspires LLC. After having weight loss surgery over 21 years ago and losing over 400 pounds, did you guys
Mm.
400 pounds? She uses her journey to help women struggle with weight loss by teaching them how to manifest permanent weight loss so that they can finally stop running into the same brick wall that
Yeah.
keeps them from being happy, healthy, and fit.
Good.
Her motto is cute, curvy, confident, and she lives it every single day. Yes, I feel like I should be like snapping at
Snap,
people.
snap,
Yes,
snap.
so with
Yes.
again, oh my goodness, there's so much good information here. So you're a bestseller. What is the name of your book?
My name of my book is Cute and Curvy: Begin Your Journey to Wellness.
Cute and
So
curvy.
yeah, so I it's funny when I wrote my book, I really just shared my journey of growing up being overweight. I started gaining weight at the age of 2, and I joined Weight Watchers at the age of 7 with my mother, and I had been struggling. And over my, adolescent and teenage years and young adults, I think I joined Weight Watchers. It was over 20 times I had joined, Weight Watchers, and I tried Jenny Craig. And I mean, I tried everything under the sun. And finally, I decided I have to do something once I got over 600 pounds, and I was miserable. Um, and so I decided to have weight loss surgery, and I was very blessed. Um, all I had was arthritis, and I had sleep apnea, and that was it. And somebody that's over 600 pounds, and that's all you have, that is a blessing.
Right.
So, so I had the surgery. I had, a couple of complications. Um, and thank God for my husband. He's been, by my side. We've been together since the 10th grade. If he rocking, I'm rolling. Do you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
So,
That's love.
yeah, that's love. And you know what? I like him. There's a difference. There's a
Mm,
difference when you like your husband.
right. Right.
Um, and so, I was successful, with the weight loss, got down to 350 pounds, and I'm looking at the comments. Was it a health condition? You mean my weight? No health condition. I was just eating everything under the sun, girlfriend. No health condition. I will say, even to this day, I still don't get that. Most people, they get that feeling of being full when you eat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. It's a natural feeling. I still don't get that to this day. So I know what I need to do when I eat, and I still have that limitation of having the smaller stomach with having a gastric bypass. And so I know when I need to stop eating, but it does not come naturally for me. And so what people need to realize is that when you are grossly overweight as much as I was, it is a medical condition. It is a, oh yeah, let me just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. It is impossible to stop. And so you have to work on your inner self. And that is really what my book is about. Beyond, talking about my childhood, I start talking about, I had to work on me. And I just started referring to myself in third person. And I had to work on her. And I had to let her know that I loved her, and you helped me out. I love that 600-pound Daryl. She made the decision to have that surgery, not the person that you're looking at right now. That girl is powerful. Do you hear me? She walked around over 600 pounds. She was going to school. She was working. She was 580 pounds when she got married. She is a beast. Do you hear me? She saved
Yeah.
life. And so I have to honor her.
That's
And I had to say to her, I'm going to take care of you. And
right. And
so,
I would say one thing though. Now you said there wasn't a health condition, so it wasn't physical, but I think it was a mental.
absolutely.
Right. So
Yeah.
when you complete what you're talking about, then tap into that mental part, because that mental part, that mindset is so important.
Yeah.
And
The
Monica says, wow, congratulations that
uh,
on that
Thank you,
mindset.
beautiful. Yeah, the mindset was it was just like all I did was wake up, and food was like my main thing all day long. It completely ran my life. And it was almost like when people say food is my best friend, but it was to the super extreme. Now we all use food, because if anybody doesn't say, they think about what we're going to eat at a birthday party. Oh, I got a new job. What do? We go out to eat to celebrate. The birthday party, we have a party, we eat. You having a cookout, you eat. We all use food for something. But when you have a certain and you could call it a mental health, you can call it, some people have addictions. I had an addiction to food. And so it ran everything that I did. And I
Mm,
also had some self-esteem issues.
right.
I was that type of person where I talked about myself horribly. Like, I would look into the mirror and I absolutely hated myself. In high school, I probably cried myself to sleep every single night. I was miserable. But I would go to school with a smile on my face, and, people knew me as being happy. I sang in school. I had a bunch of friends, but I was completely depressed and unhappy, and no one else knew that. And I would call myself fat and horrible all day, but if somebody else said something, you were going to catch it in a
I
minute.
know that's right. Well, that's good. So, it's good for you to defend yourself, and this is coming from someone who was bullied in elementary school. And I didn't
Mhm.
learn until high school what that looked like, me defending myself. And not only did I start defending myself, but then I started defending others around me who was being bullied.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so it's so important, I guess, and unless you went through having your self-esteem depleted, or just not having it in the beginning, then you don't understand what it takes to come out of that.
yeah, yeah,
And for me, all I can say is two words: but God. I don't know where it came
absolutely.
from. It was like all of a sudden, like overnight, I went to high school and I was like, I'm not having it no more. So it was like nothing but God. What was your light bulb? What was your, that moment of I'm not having
Right.
it anymore?
I I think for me, I wanted to die so much, and my light bulb moment was I felt stuck here. Because
Mm,
when you're over 600 pounds, you have to plan for everything. There is no getting up and going. There is no getting up. Now somebody call me and say, hey, you want to go so? I can just get up, throw on a pair of jeans, and run out the house. You can't do that when you're over 600 pounds. And
mm,
so my main thing was, I couldn't kill myself because I didn't want to embarrass my husband with them coming to the house and them trying to figure out how to get this over 600-pound body out of the house. And I
mm,
just kept thinking, I can't do that to him. Like, I have to do something. And I didn't want to embarrass my family with, them having to cut out a wall or having like all these people to carry this big body out of this house. And that really was my moment of seeing that look on his face. And so, well, I wouldn't see that look, but I imagine that look on his face. The, and I had seen that look on his face one time before when I fell, and we had to call the paramedics because he looked at me and he's like, I can't pick you up. And that was just awful. You know what I mean? So that was my light bulb moment. And we wanted children. You know what I mean? I was like, you can't, I wouldn't have dared try to start a family at over 600 pounds. So, I had to have a hard conversation with myself. Like, okay, where is this going? Like, I was 28 at the time when I had my surgery. And it was like, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? I knew I was a performer. Um, and I had always pictured myself being on stage. I love talking. I'm a special educator. And so when you're a teacher, you are a performer. When I get in front of my babies, I'm no longer in the classroom, but you're a performer. And
mm-hmm.
so I knew I couldn't be who I knew who I was. And so I had to have a hard conversation with myself. And so that was my light bulb moment. Like, come on, girl, we gotta get this popping. Either you want it or you don't. And I
Right,
still say this to myself today, even for my business. So hard conversations are hard, but they have to be held.
right, right. Wow. Thanks for being so transparent. So many people hold inside some of the actual grind that they go through to get to the side. So we would only see the good part of Daryl's story, and you kind of walked us through the tough part, from being able to get out of your house to even thinking and commit, contemplating suicide. So those things, we just thank you for being so transparent.
Mm.
What would you tell somebody who may be in their house right now listening and crying because they are where you were? What would you tell them?
The first thing I would say is you got to make a decision to just choose yourself. And I don't care if it is a quarter of a step. You have to say, I'm going to make the decision to take care of me. You may not know what that is, but you got to make the decision to take care of yourself and to realize that you're here for a reason. And no one is born not to do something great.
Mm-hmm.
How we respond to things is what drives our purpose. Anything can happen to any of us. It's how we respond to it is what takes you to that next level. I could sit here and say all day long, oh, well, I used to weigh 600 pounds. And it's funny to hear, when I say, oh, I've lost over 400 pounds. And it's like, that's not even like my tagline. Like, I don't even care about that. That's not even my tagline. One of
Right.
my tagline is like, I wake up feeling amazing. Like, that's my tagline. Like, that's my reward.
Yes.
I have no regrets. I know why God led me to go through all of that. And it was to talk to that person that you just asked me about. I know why I went through that stuff. So at the end of the day, if I can help that person to finally look in the mirror and see something good, this much good, and then it turns into this much, and then it turns into, wait a minute. Well,
Hey, hey. I
yeah,
see the
and it's
cute,
not even
curvy,
being,
confident.
yeah, and
Yes.
that's what that means. That's what that cute, curvy confidence means. It doesn't mean a size 2. And I
That's
say
it.
that to people all the time because I'm sure people will look at my pictures and be like, she not skinny. You know why I'm not skinny? Because I'm not trying to be skinny. I'm trying to be healthy. My blood pressure is good. My doctor is pleased with my blood work. I checked my blood work because I have to do a little bit of extra things because of having the surgery. So I have to watch my blood work for different things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you started chasing me, guess what? I can run now.
Yeah.
So, if I fell, I'm going to be able to get up. That's how I mark my progress. And so if I spent the rest of my life trying to be skinny, I wouldn't be happy. I want to be healthy and happy, not skinny and happy.
So
So,
Monica says, wonderful, helping people to love themselves.
yeah.
Nicole Bennett says, congratulations. And then I missed a couple comments. I missed a couple comments. Tracy Price says, awesome testimony. So what I'm going to say is, that song, Same God Back Then. If it happened to me, it can happen to you. Same
Yeah.
God back then, same God.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, I
I
missed
can't remember either.
it.
Look, I just turned 50. I don't know. My memory.
So my point is that if you could do it, then anybody that is
Yeah,
listening under the sound of my voice can reach out to Daryl, and she can help you through this journey.
yeah.
So we're going to keep it locked to Empowered Women in Business International Radio Show. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Housewives of Baltimore. I'm Lady T. Witt. Thank you for joining us. Today is Valentine's Day. The Housewives of Baltimore is not just a salon, it's an experience.
Welcome back to Empowered Women in Business International. We were just speaking with Daryl Wharton, and she was just telling us her phenomenal story. So I know we did touch on your book. What so was it just out of your experiences of your weight loss journey that inspired you to write your book?
It was, and also my relationship with my mother growing up. She just didn't know what to do to help me. And she did the best that she could, and she tried to scare me into losing weight. She would say, you're not going to be able to find a job. They don't hire fat people. You're not going to have a boyfriend. And yes, people would listen to those things and say, oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. And yes, it felt horrible hearing those things. But it also kind of lit a fire in me to prove her wrong about everything. She would say, you're not going to be able to go to college. I have 3 degrees. You're not going to have a boyfriend. I married my high school sweetheart.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So, all of those stereotypes.
Yeah. So, she did the best that she could. So, I also have clients where I work with moms who have little girls who may have some self-esteem issues, or maybe, I like to say just a little chunky that, they don't know what to do. And so I do, consultations to say, you should speak this way and kind of guide them, because I wish my mother had that guidance. But she took me places. She tried to do what she could do. She did the best that she could. And sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know what to do.
Listen, parenting is not written in no book to tell you that this is how you're going to be, and this is the desired outcome, and this is how to achieve it always. Yep. Sometimes you have to do what you feel is best. And as long as we're doing what we feel is best, then we're doing the best we can for our child, but it's important for us to say, speak life into your children.
Yeah.
Don't speak the negative.
Yeah.
Love on our babies and continue to speak life, and that's how to help them to get to that next level. They got to hear it. Once they keep hearing it, then they're going to start to believe it. I heard that I was beautiful, but I had trouble believing that I was beautiful when I was younger, because the other people were there in my ear talking all that other stuff, and being so mean to me. So it was trouble. I had trouble hearing and believing it. And, a part of my journey, I can say, I owe to Monica, the lady who's on here. She was one of my modeling coaches, and it took, my mom put us in modeling, and I was able to start to love myself during high school, and I was able to dispel those, negatives, stereo. And I was skinny. I was super skinny. As a matter of fact, when I got pregnant with my daughter, so I guess you get the full spectrum. Either they say if you're not that right size, then you might be super skinny or heavy. And because I was skinny, they would call me olive oil, and I was pregnant, and they still called me olive oil. So
but that hurt is the same. Hurt is the same.
just like people having issues with the color of their skin. Some
Mhm,
people are lighter and they tease them for being too light, and then they tease you for being too dark. So
mhm.
it still hurts the same. And that's the point that I want to drive for. So Joy says, yes, our children are listening to what adults around them say. Speak positively.
Yes.
Joy has a book on self-love for girls, and I think
Oh,
she's working on
nice.
one for boys, and she does inspirational music for youth.
Nice.
Curtis says, right, and if parenting was written in a book, trust each child would need 3 books apiece. He doing
Absolutely,
great,
Cam.
Queen. And look, and my sister is listening, and she chimed in. She said the song is "If He Did It Before, He Can Do It
Do
Again."
it again.
God right now, saying God back then.
Yes, Stephanie. Yes.
I saw my husband chime in, but I can't pull up his. He's one of my number one supporters too. Oh, he said inspirational. He was talking about your testimony, inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, which it is. It is so, oh my goodness. Like, I just don't know. I kind of want to stay on the self esteem subject, but we got so much more to get to. But it's so important for us to not only pour into others, but to pour into ourselves. One of the things
Yes.
that I teach my young ladies that I work with is that you look in that mirror every day and you tell yourself you are beautiful, and not just say
Yeah.
it, but believe it.
Yes.
And I mean, it can do a world of good. Like, I've seen some of them, and man, they won't stay out the mirror once they really see what I see.
And just hearing your voice say it, and it's one of the techniques that I use when I call it my mindset makeover.
Hmm.
Using that technique of hearing your voice and recording your voice, saying your affirmations. And I'm very specific and strategic when I help my clients create and write their affirmations.
Mm.
We don't use any negative words. We don't use the word don't or anything like that when you're writing your affirmations. You have to be very smart when you're writing these affirmations, and you say them, and we say them in a certain way. We say them a certain amount of time, because you have to retrain all of these thoughts back here that's been whispering in your ear your entire
Hmm.
life.
Hmm.
It takes practice, and it takes technique to retrain your thought. And what I tell my clients is, you have to retrain the person who keeps you awake at night while you are asleep.
Mm.
That's the person that you're talking to. That's the person that you need to change their mindset, because you want that person working for you and deciding things for you in the background when you aren't even thinking about it. And that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And that's why people lose and gain the same 30 pounds for 25 years. That's why it keeps coming back.
I'm laughing because what they say, you stepping on my feet. I remember just wanting to gain weight. I was like, Lord, just help me gain some weight. And they were like, Lord, help me take it off. Stephanie says, Amen. Yes, I can relate to that complexion issue. I was bullied because I was skinny and I had very fair skin.
Mm,
So, yes, that's so true. Joy says, my book, See Me Beautiful. I include
yes,
affirmations for the children. They are important to
yes.
instill in our children at a young age. Yes, as a man thinketh,
So
so
important.
will be. So, yes. Rhonda says, your story is near and dear to me for abundance of reasons. Keep sharing your story. Keep inspiring us all.
Hey, Rhonda. Thank you, beautiful.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you are a best-selling author, an inspirational speaker. Where have you spoken? Where are some of the platforms that you've spoken on? And is your main message about loving yourself, or is it about the weight loss, or a little bit of
Um,
combination?
I do a couple of things. I've spoken at teas and a couple of church events. And my main thing is I always start with you have to be able to love that person when you look into the mirror, and not to feel like you're being conceited because you love yourself. I don't and because you think that you're beautiful. Like I never expect anybody to think that I'm pretty or that I'm beautiful. What's most important is that I'm able to look into the mirror and think that I'm beautiful, because I can meet 10 people to think that I'm really, really pretty, and I can meet
Mhm.
20 people to think that I'm average. What's important is those 20 people that think that I'm average, that I can say, okay, and still turn around and look in the mirror and be like, hey, boo, you're gorgeous. You know what I mean? And so, especially when it comes to your how you, and it's a feeling that I get. It's a feeling. I
Mhm.
used to be afraid to walk into a room full of people. I always got to places really early so I could find my seat in the back of the room, and so that I wouldn't have to walk into a room full of people. Now,
Listen, girl.
you
Listen.
did the same
You
thing.
did I? Would I ever have imagined that I would be the hostess of a radio show? Heck no. I would not even speak in front of people. I came from a house where you speak, if you spoken to, pictures are to be seen and not heard. So
Mm,
just hearing these things that unfortunately our parents and grandparents said to us, not realizing how they were damaging us.
yeah,
Like I couldn't come to my mother and tell her I was being bullied. She had no idea I was being bullied in school.
yeah,
I didn't go to her and share that.
yeah,
But so me trying to be so when I got older, what I did was I tried to make sure I had those kind of open conversations with my children. Now,
yeah.
did it always work? No. Some of my children suffered with low self-esteem, and I had to work through that with them.
Hmm.
But I could recognize the difference. You
Yeah.
know, recognizing the difference. But
You were able to work it out with them, because eventually you found out. Because
mm,
it's funny how, because even with me, one of my daughters had some, and I'm like, how in the world did that happen when you got all of this in here,
right,
and
right,
you hear me
right.
say what I'm saying. And you're right about how we grew up, because I say to my children, I want you to know that you can say anything to me. You just need to say it in a respectful way. Because I have three girls. They're 14, 15, and 16. So I have stair
Well,
steps.
we have that in common. I have three too. Mine are just older than yours.
Okay.
20, 28, 20, 24, and 20.
Okay. So and I want them to be assertive. I
Right.
want them, because I want them to be the type of women to, if they find out that somebody they doing the same job as somebody else and they getting paid less, I want them to be able to go and speak to their boss about their salary.
That's right. Well,
And it's
I'm teaching
important,
mine to be entrepreneurs, so it's no
that
salary.
too.
I'm
Yep.
teaching them to bring in their own money so that you don't
Yep.
have to have that boss that's going to dictate to
Seven
you
streams of
what you
income.
dictate. Yeah, yes. There you go.
You don't have to work for anybody. So
So
it's important.
my line sister, your soror is on here, and she says so many women need to hear this conversation to heal the little girls inside of us.
Yes.
She
Oh
said,
my gosh. And
and
that's the
she's a
activity that
social
I
worker.
do too. I have my clients to write. I have two activities. I have them to write a letter to themselves as a little girl,
Mm,
and then I have them to write a letter to themselves as their self when they get to where they want to be, because
right.
you do need to heal that little girl. And
Mhm.
I did. I had to heal that little girl in me. And I'm able to also heal that little girl by the kind of mother that I am to my girls now. I'm able to heal that little girl in me by how I show them love, the kind of love that I wish that I had, growing up. And again, it's no shade to my mom. They
That's
did
right. The
they
best they
did
could.
that
Hmm.
they the best that they could. And again, she lit that fire in me because I was going to prove her wrong in every single thing that she said that I was not going to be able to do. And I proved her wrong in every single thing.
Amen.
So it helped me too.
And I don't believe that she felt like you weren't going to be able to do it. I think that's what
She
she.
tried to
I
scare me.
think her intention was to
Hmm.
light that fire in you.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we just have to be mindful. We can light the fire by encouraging and
Yeah.
empowering our children versus
Hmm.
being sarcastic and
Yeah.
using those other negative,
Yeah.
negative things to say.
Yeah.
It's so important about how we think and what we allow our children, even down to the music we listen to.
Yeah.
Down to the music that you listen to. People don't realize the effect that certain music have on you. If you hear somebody constantly calling somebody a B, then you're going to think it's okay to be called a B. And
You're right.
it's not okay.
It's not okay.
So it's definitely us trying to change that narrative to get people to understand the importance of the words that we speak,
Hmm.
because then that helps to change that mindset.
Yeah.
So man, that's awesome. Like, I can't
Yeah.
wait to purchase your book now. Tell the folks that's just joining us the name of your book one more time.
It is Cute and Curvy. Begin your journey to wellness.
Yes, yes, yes. Every time I hear it, I just want to go like this. Or your tagline, cute, curvy, and confident.
Cute, curvy, confident.
So, when did you realize, hey, I need to turn this into a business? I want to become a life coach. And
Yeah.
what was your steps? Did you go to a class? Are you a certified life coach?
Yeah. I
How did that
I decided that when people started saying, and I would get like inboxes, in my inbox saying, you inspire me. Hence, I had my name of my business used to be As You Are Fitness. I used to be a certified hot hula fitness instructor.
Oh,
And so,
hula.
oh yeah, girl, very sexy. Let me tell you, that's a
Uh-oh.
sexy exercise class right there. And I started like I said, I got stuck at 350 pounds. I was there for like 10 years. And then because I convinced myself to say, well, I used to weigh over 600 pounds. If I could stay at 350, I'm good. Well, that was a lie. And so I started exercising and I started kind of getting back on track because, contrary to what everybody thinks, you cannot go and have weight loss surgery and not do anything. You will gain your weight back or your weight loss will stop. And that's exactly what happened to me. So I started going to Zumba. And then I went to a hot hula fitness class and loved it. I went, of course, I was the chunkiest person there, but I got certified, boo, in my chunky self. And, but then I started getting inboxes, people saying you inspire me. So I changed my business name. And then I noticed that the women that were coming to the class, forget about the exercising. It took me forever to get them to look in the mirror at themselves while they were exercising. Like they didn't even want to look at their bodies.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I was coaching, really. And so I decided, and I went back to school. I went to the Health Coach Institute, and I got certified. And I had 2 certifications in life coaching and health coaching, and I love it. And so I incorporate my education degree in with it, the way I coach my clients so that they retain information because, teaching is a science. Not everybody can teach. So I incorporate all of those things together so that my clients not only learn what I'm trying to teach them, but an easy way for them to retain that information and utilize that information for the rest of their lives. My goal is for life changing, lifelong lifestyle changes so that they can push past where they keep stopping. And I'm dead serious about them 20, 30 pounds that, people keep losing and gaining over and over again. And I've had clients that start businesses. This goes beyond weight loss. My clients really realize that it's really not even about weight. Once you really look in the mirror and really look at yourself, you realize that you're letting your weight hold you back from a whole bunch of stuff, and they just like break out. I've had clients that start businesses. We've had a soror that got her first paid acting gig. She thought she was
Yeah,
for weight loss. No, boo, we do a whole bunch of stuff. And here I'm talking about evolving.
that's
And
right. Don't let your weight define
yes,
your destiny. Don't
yes,
let your weight define your destiny. Wow, that
yeah,
is awesome. So
yeah,
tell us a little bit about this plant-based diet that you suggest,
yeah.
because my husband and I are sort of working on a plant-based, like,
Okay,
I just brought some plant-based cauliflower rice.
okay, all
I brought
right,
some plant-based burgers. So I'm trying to get into this whole plant-based,
okay.
diet. But tell us a little bit more, because I think that, like sometimes, see, my husband is listening, so he need to hear this. He does the plant-based burgers, but then he'll have those tater tots on the side. And I'm like, no, we can't eat the tater tots. You gotta get rid of that starch. That starch is the devil. So
Well, let me say this, and you know what? I'm going to commend you for saying plant-based, because a lot of people will say vegan, and sometimes I will use that word interchangeably. But let's be clear, I am not vegan, because vegan is a lifestyle. I'm not there yet, because if I see a cute pair of leather shoes and that purse match them leather shoes, I'm not there yet. Okay, so I don't even want to claim that I'm vegan. So plant-based, for me, and I have not had meat. It's been almost 5 years now that I have not had meat. Um, it's really all about whole foods and eating whole foods that come from the earth. And even the plant-based foods, you have I'm trying to even think of the name of the burger right now. You know how you can go to Burger King. What is it called?
Impossible
The
burger.
burger.
Impossible burger.
Yes, the Impossible Burger. It's okay to have that every now and then, but I want people to know that it's processed. It's going to be easier for you to get the black beans, the mushrooms, and fix your own plant-based burger. So you really need to start cooking in the kitchen. And
Mm,
Pinterest will be your best friend for recipes. I have a couple people that are like on my back. You need to put out this recipe book, and I am going to get it out, because I'm all about being simple. I've switched my whole family over to plant based. I only asked my husband, and once he said yes, I'm on board. The girls follow their children, and it's been 2 years for all of them. Um,
awesome.
and so I don't buy any meat. We don't cook any meat in our house. They still would eat chicken every now and then. They still would eat like salmon if we go out or something to eat, or we do carry out. But they even cook. They cook plant based in my house, and so my thing for them is I just want you to live longer. So we set ourselves up trying to do 100%. So leave that man alone. Let him have his plant-based burger.
So you don't know what you're doing to me right now, because now every time he be like, see, she said, leave me alone.
So it's like you gotta, maybe if you say, okay, well, one meal a day is going to be plant-based, or maybe 3 meals or 2 days out of the week I'm going to be plant-based the entire day. I've started doing some of my meals where it's completely raw, where nothing is cooked, because that's really healthy. So look at her face. See?
And look, Stephanie said it's something about that steak cooked grill that be calling me though.
But let me tell you, what you probably smelling on that grill, Stephanie, are the seasonings. I'm telling you. That's why you can cook chicken 1,000 ways. It's the same with some chickpeas. I'm telling you, it's the seasoning. It's really going to be your key to help you to switch over or include more plant-based meals. Those seasonings are really, it's the key to help you to switch over. And you know what I tell people, if you fix something and you don't like it, I'll be looking at them like, don't fix it anymore. Like, don't
Right.
fix it anymore. Fix something
Or
else.
try to do it a different way, just like you would
Yeah.
do chicken, or if you do make a lasagna, or if you make a whatever spaghetti. If you don't like it, what you do, you try to fix it another way. So
It's the same thing. And it took time. You have to be patient and be kind to yourself. And just make a goal and don't try to do it all at once, because you're just setting yourself up to fail. It's been 5 years for me. It took some time. It took some time.
so you man, you just are so awesome, you know, a life coach, author, inspirational speaker, changing people's lives, entrepreneur, CEO. How do you do it? How do you, time manage all of these things?
Gosh. I'm gonna tell you, the first thing I do when I open up my eyes, I don't even know if I turn over. I don't even get out the bed, and I just say, "Thank you, God, for waking me up. Everything I do today is for you."
Mm.
I in my journal, and I journal and I write every day, because as a teacher, there is a connection between reading and writing. It makes a difference. And some of my clients, do I have to keep writing my affirmations? Yes, there's a connection with the pen movement and the writing.
Mm.
So I keep myself together, and it helps me to stay focused. And being grateful is another thing. And so
Mm.
when you think of time management, it's not really time management for me. It is a passion, and it's how I give back to the universe. And it's, thank you, God. I'm grateful for all things given and all things yet to be given. And I humbly contribute back to this world, making it better. That's my gratitude affirmation. So I don't know how I did it. Just like I can say to you, I don't know how I had 3 babies that were 3, and I had a 1 pound, 10 ounce baby, my oldest daughter. I don't know how I don't know what I did with all 3 of those babies, and 2 in the car seat and 1 in the stroller. I have no idea how I did it. I just did it. So that's my answer. I don't have an answer.
But God.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
Well, listen, it has been a pleasure having you on
Yeah.
the show. If you would like to share how people can get in contact, so if they want to purchase your book, if they need a life coach, or if they need someone to help them walk them through, you as the life coach to walk them through that journey of losing the weight or changing their diet or whatever, how can they reach you?
Yes, you can go to my website. It is Daryl Inspires, DARYLLINSPIERS.com /info. All of my links are on there. I'm getting ready to start a 28-day Cute Curvy Confident Challenge. And
Uh-oh.
it's going to be a mindset makeover challenge. I'm going to have weekly prizes. It's going to be phenomenal. And of course, y'all know I'm going to have some bonuses for my listeners today. So all of that information is going to be on that info page.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
tuning in. For coming on the show tonight. And thank you all to my guests for tuning in, not only tuning in, but sharing this broadcast. It's important. If you haven't, hit the share button. Let somebody look at the rewind. She has an important message to get out, to love yourself, and especially women, to make sure that you keep it cute, curvy, and confident. So make sure that you share this broadcast, so that the next person can listen and get cute, curvy, and confident. So next week we have a phenomenal guest coming on. Don't forget to visit our, also don't forget to visit our website at www.ewbiradio.org. Check us out on social media. We have Facebook, IG, and Twitter. And if you are seeking, looking for a service, whether it's a mover, whether it is a author, a good book, pillow maker, chemical free sanitary napkins, jewelry. I have this beautiful jewelry. My children did my makeup, my eyelashes. One daughter did my eyelashes, the other did my natural beat, jewelry. A little bit of everything is right on our website. You can go to our online membership page, and you'll see what our members do, and the different things that you can purchase from them, and how to get in contact with them. We have our online directory, and we would love for you to visit. So just check us out at www.ewbiradio.org. If you would like to become a part of our amazing sisterhood of women entrepreneurs and professionals, we would love to have you. We offer a micro grant, we offer the online directory, and a host of other things that we offer. So check us out on the website. And we're going to close as we always do. But before we close, tune in every Tuesday, 7 p.m., right here on Empowered Women in Business International Radio Show on the Elevate Your Life Talk radio station. So individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever change the world, by Nick Mosby. Be blessed and have a wonderful week.